Hi, Dave from Buzzy here. This is just a quick demo to show you how to use the Buzzy filter component to create a dynamic search. So here's a little app. It's a contact list app that I've created with Figma and Buzzy. It's a list of dummy contacts that I've added earlier, and I've got a little dynamic search here. So I can enter a name. So I enter Ben, click filter, and there we go. It returns two results. I can click the clear button and it resets my search. So let's jump over to Figma and I'll show you how that's done using Buzzy. So here we go. We've got our screen. There's our menu of contacts. If we go to our data tab here, we'll see we've got a micro app called contacts, and it contains 4 simple fields: the name, email, the submitted date, and a formula, which we'll get to later. But the important one's name and email here. So jumping over to our screen, and we've got a form above that menu, which is a filter component. It's a special type of form. So rather than just a normal form, we've called it a component of type filter and given it a name, and you point it at the micro app or the data set that you're trying to search or that you want this filter to apply to. Inside this filter component, we have an input and 2 buttons. So the input is, in this case, it's a normal field. You point it again at the field that you want to filter. In this case, it's the name field of our contacts. And the mode, rather than being the name field in edit or create or read mode, it's in filter mode. Then the buttons, we've got 2 buttons. One is an action of type filter. Again, so when you look in your actions tab, if you're inside a filter component, filter and clear filter can be applied. So that's button here is set to filter. This one over here is set to clear filter. And again, at both buttons, once the action's complete, you point them at a screen. So this could be done on a separate screen or in an overlay. In this case, we're just going to point them back at this same screen because we're filtering the menu that's already on the screen. So it's just pointing back at this screen that the form's already on. So that's it. We've set up the filter component, and then to apply that to our view, we'll jump back to this list. So this is a component of type view, which is standard Buzzy practice for that's how you set up a menu of results from a data set or a micro app. Coming from the micro app called contacts, it's in results layout mode. Again, this is all standard Buzzy practice, how you set up a menu. We're limiting it to 10, and we've got a load more action down here and stuff. This is, again, all standard. Then down here, you get to sorting. We're sorting this by name ascending. And there's 2 extra options down here, filtering and filtering context. Quick detour, 4 filters to apply or sorting to apply on a data set that you create using a micro app. Those fields that you're sorting or filtering by need to be set up as key fields. So if I go to the name field, and this is the settings for that field, that last little option down here, a key field, that makes it searchable or sortable. So you can start sorting or searching the results by this. So any field you want to use for searching or sorting, make sure it's set up as a key field, and you have 6 available in the plugin at the moment. So the name field's set up as a key field. We can search or sort by it. So coming back to our design tab, there's our menu. Coming down to these options. So we're sorting by name ascending. We could do it however we want. This filtering option here, this would let you set a hard-coded filter on this menu. Say you wanted to filter this menu to show only email addresses of a certain type or only contacts that have been added after a certain date. You could pick a field, say added, and that will now give you options. So I can say added equals not equal to in the past or in the future and so on. That's hard-coded. That will permanently filter that menu. We don't want to do that in this context. We want it to be dynamic. So that's where the filtering context comes in. So this is where we can choose the filter that we set up earlier up here. That's the my name filter. It's the name we gave it. And that's it. That filtering context up here is now linked to this view, this menu. So when we publish, enter a search term, click filter, this menu will filter by whatever's in this filtering form. Now, important to note, we're filtering by name only, and that's great for a simple search, but what if you want to search by name and email? the filter context, the filtering component is limited to one field. Like you can only filter by one field. So how do we set up a multi-field search? And we can jump over here. I've done this in this second tab of this app. So in this case, we want to search by name and email. So the way we do that is we set up an extra field. Name and email are individual fields. So we set up an extra formula field, and here it is. And what this does is it concatenates the name and the email values. So for each contact, there will be a name, an email, and this name and email formula field. So that's the formula field, that's what we're going to search or apply the filter to. So same as before, we've got a filtering context here. I'll go to the design tab. So that's our filter component. It's got a name of my name and email filter. And when we get back again, same as before, we've got an input which is set to filter mode. And this one is now searching the name and email formula field, not just the name field. Set to filter mode. And two buttons, there's a filter action and a clear action, and I've got two states here. So the clear action only shows as active when a filter's been applied. That's using show hide formulas, which go check out the other demo videos on how to use those, or grab this file and have a play. The menu down here, again, same as before. It's the same thing, except this time we're just setting the filtering context to my name and email filter. So if we then go and publish this app, I've already published it, and jump back to it. Here it is. If I jump to this tab, and there's my list of names, and I could now, for instance, search by test, which is one of the email addresses here. It's test.com. So if I hit search on that, it returns all the results that include test. In this case, they've all got test in the email address. I could search by name. So again, I could search by Ben, again, because I know there's multiples of those, and it brings me both Ben. So I can clear the search, and we're back to the original list. So this input or this filter is searching the single formula field that happens to concatenate name and email. So that's how you set up multi-field searches in Buzzy. As I said before, these files are available in the Buzzy Figma community. So go search for Buzzy, go grab the file, go have a play. Thanks for watching.